All right, fellow money lovers, let's just jump right into it. Series 2021 $1 note, probably the nicest one that's been in my hands in the last 10,000 bill searches. I always get the beat up ones. What are we looking for? Collectible serial numbers, shifted prints in the seals, the serial numbers or the overall note, ink issues, major errors like gutter folds or a whole bunch of different stuff, off-center prints and miscuts, and oh me, oh my. Things to look for that are going to make our paper currency worth way more than the face value. So, let's get further to it. Nothing on that bad boy, but it is really, really nicely printed. A little bit of fold in the corner here. Let's get that fixed up. Nothing the serial number on this one. I'm looking for repetitious digits, star notes, birthday notes, or patterns in the serial number for stuff like fancy serial number wise. If you're new to the channel, you're probably like, what in the heck are you talking about? You know, why spend your money before knowing a little bit about it? Minor stuff that you can know can make it worth way more than $1. In this case, you can sell it on eBay, through Facebook groups or social media groups, as well as like a local shop if you're in a city that has that, or a bigger place that has a gold or silver shop. You know, my longtime buddy Dustin Morgan from CoinOp YouTube, he used to have a really good guy in the flea market as well. That's a great guy named George in Fayetteville, North Carolina, that used to buy up stuff all the time, sell stuff for us and help us out. Really cool dude. So even in flea markets, you might find a place that'll help you out. Nothing crazy. If you know a good place, like one of those off the wall, oh yeah, in the back corner, underneath the bleachers of Dodger Stadium, there's this guy that helps you sell gold stuff. If you have really good shops in your town, give a shout out in the comments to your local, guys. We got to support local stores in this economy, man. I have friends that have had businesses go under, not because of fault of their own, just larger, big old corporate places are snuffing them out. So give a shout out in the comments to your favorite spot in your area or somewhere you visited in the past, even if it was 20 years ago, if they're still standing, and let others know about them. I have a good list of those on VarietyErrors.com. You can click the top, and I'm working on a tool that I'm coding that will let you search your area, kind of like Google Maps, and look at shops near you, conventions coming up, all that good stuff. Nothing crazy going on. What do we got here? A little future birthday note kind of deal. 2057 hasn't come up yet. January 4th, 2057. I don't know what's going on with George there. Anywho, Series 2013. Another common thing is in the serial numbers for 2013, there's a lot of known ink smears and excessive inks. However, I see a lot on the third digit, so this 0 in this case, where one or both of the serial numbers have an over-ink digit. I'm doing some more research on that because I've seen it so many times. What happened there? But in 2013 and 2017, that's common. However, there's larger ink smears to look for. This does not look like one. It looks like, yep, good old Sharpie. So I don't know what the deal is there. Somebody hates the word one. But anyway, keep an eye out around the broken pyramid, or I shouldn't say broken, unfinished pyramid. They meant for it to be broken. And the seal on the right here with the eagle clutching the arrows, the olive branch, so forth. Little intricate detail points around the letters. All those can get jacked up during printing and making an error. Now, this thing being so poor of condition, it's definitely been wet due to the wrinkling and how thinned out the material is. You can't tell that, but I can. It's not going to be worth a bunch, if any, over face value because of this little 30 years from now birthday note. So, if the world makes it to that, then January 4th of 2057, I would hope somebody's born, unless we're in a Children of Men scenario. But this one being really beat up, it's kind of leaves a lot to be desired. I'm gonna set it aside, though, because I like me a small find if I can't find anything else. Anyway, moving on. Even worse condition $1 note, 2017. Printed okay. That's cool. Definitely been submerged in water, or we'll hope it's water, or sewage. We have no idea from the color of this thing. Keep an eye out around those points again. 2021 series, so the newer dollars, $1 and $2 bills are not to be redesigned, so we're not going to see anything new with them, really. So they say. But maybe they'll do some sort of weird anti-counterfeiting measure. That's what I kind of think that extra inking on 2013 bills is. Somebody on the old production line was like, let's throw some extra ink in there, and that'll be hard to reproduce. I don't know. Or just human error. Nothing going on there. Hey, nice little star note. Cool thing is, I will show you on my site. There is, of course, my currency collection. That's a good site. But I have coded a tool that, although I like their site and many others, it doesn't really give you value points or errors to look for. Since we're collectors here on this channel, Jessica and I have kind of been working diligently over the last couple of months, and I've been coding a tool so you can look up any banknote to include star notes as well, like others' websites do. But it'll give you some information more than I think others offer, which is some value points and errors to look for. Now, it is in infancy, but in the next month or so, single old me will finish working on it. It's a lot of code, and I'm tapping into knowledge from like 15 years ago. So, I'm a small channel, but I'm trying my best to do big things. Anyway, I will show you at the end of the video the tool and how to look your numbers up on any note and to get some information on them to hopefully help you kind of with a starting point, you know. And I'm working on getting it to where it'll link out away from my site to eBay or Facebook groups or articles from people that'll let me use them and give you more points to work off of to find the value of your note. So, sorry to say all that in a long-winded thing there, but I want to make sure you guys know that I'm trying my best to make a really good tool for you guys to use. So stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you that. Anyway, star notes, replacement notes, I love them. I'm not going to kill you with that. If you watch my videos, you know I love star notes. I don't see anything super collectible in the serial number, but I'm going to set it aside. A little bit of damage here, 2013 series folded up, and nothing in the serial number popping out at me. Back of the note, worn out, beat up. Nothing too nuts. Passing on. Better condition $1 note, although Washington's looking pretty sad. Nice amount of 8s, and keep an eye out for this. You can see how that 8 on the end there is sitting a little high. Now, this one's well within acceptable range, but go to, I'm trying to think of the site. I'll link it. It's a paper currency site that I just found like a couple weeks ago. But anyway, they had a really good chart on how dramatic this needs to be to really be considered collectible. So I'll link that. It's not my site. I like to just link you guys to other stuff. I don't need anything for it, man. Anyway, 9, some 0s, 2017, nothing going on. Little excess, kind of, probably a wet ink transfer is what this little, I'm going to try to get it closer. There we go. You can see a little bit of ink here, and it very well could be that print from the front. But don't be confused by that. Little bits of it is okay. But if you do see a wet ink transfer from another note, where you can see the depiction across, you know, this note in this case, or excess of ink from one side or the other where it's really, really dramatic, it's obscuring parts of the note, you're probably sitting on an error. Little bit shifted down, kind of misaligned print, but not enough for me to like jump for joy about. This does give me an example of that over ink I was talking about on that 5. So really noticeable there without really getting all up close and personal with it. Beat up, nothing really jumping out on the reverse, except a little wet ink transfer below the N. Nothing crazy. Getting down there, though. I'll go quickly through them. 2021 series, lots of 7s, some 3s action, some 0s. If this 2 wasn't in here, and I had another 3 and 7, or a 0, I'd hold on to it as a trinary note. Also some of that stuck digit serial number there. Nothing on the back except for a free booger, so moving on. 2021 series, 13, 46, 61, 40. What the heck? Look how off this thing is. You got digits straight, couple of them high, 661, then the 4 is a little bit higher, and then the 5 tapers up even more. Let me see if I can hold it straight so you actually know it. So that one was getting jammed up. The little rotary dial, this one's pretty nice. The little rotary dial that does the serial number just took an adventure on this one, a little scenic route. I wouldn't say it's collectible. It's still each digit's kind of within range, but good golly. Last 4. All right, had more 1s than I thought. Spent way too much money today. 2021! It's only like, I don't even know, 3 o'clock or something like that. Back of the note, nothing else. Nice condition, though, comparatively. Hey, little nice excessive ink of a 2017A. You can see that dovetail on the top there, kind of over-inked 7, crooked. I mean, it's minor, the bill's jacked up. I'd say it's still worth probably face value. Now, if it would have transcended across the serial number, or this 7 was a little more like bulbous, overprinted, I would definitely hold on to it, but something for you to definitely keep an eye for. Last two, $2. 2013, 882-32471. Little bit of extra ink on that 2 there, but again, common. And back of the note, nothing jumping out. For a second, I thought we had an ink smear, but it's all damage. Oof. Jacked up bill. 2017A. Nothing in the serial number collectible. Missing a lot of the print due to damage. Back of the note. Nothing jumping out there. So, moving on. What did we find? Closing out this bill search with 2 finds. Of course, I love star notes. I will show you in like 15 seconds at the end of this video how to look it up. And then like a future date note that's totally beat up and worth a good old-fashioned $1. But I think it's kind of a neat serial number. I'm not going to hold on to it for 30 years, though. It'll definitely get spent on something at the grocery store later. I will hold on to the star note for sure and add it to my collection. Get it into a collectible or a little plastic holder. See if I can straighten out that corner. And I'll link some of those in a jeweler's loop that's really cheap, like $5. So that way you can get a closer look at your stuff and protect it if it is collectible. Let's look up this star note, and of course, let me know in the comments what you're coming across. But let's see if anything is cool with this serial number. So we'll hop over to my website, VarietyErrors.com. We'll come right here to the star note search, and we'll bring that page up. This will give you a little rundown of stuff, and then let you input the series date. So we'll put 2021, $1, and then we're going to input the serial number, exactly how it is, and use an asterisk for the star. And then we'll hit check note. And this is going to give us some options. I'm still expanding this, but this will let you print and export it. Also, this will run you through, confirm it's a star note, let you know denomination and where it's from, as well as it'll let you know if there's known errors. Like here we know there's doubles and triples worth $50 to $200. Currently, there's no major confirmed known errors, so maybe you'll be one of the lucky ones to find one of those. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.